Welcome to In the Groove with Todd and Jackie, the podcast where good vibes meet great conversations and change makers take center stage.
Each week, we sit down with inspiring authors, impactful speakers, and visionary leaders who are making a difference in the world.
We're bringing you powerful insights, engaging stories, and actionable ideas to amplify your voice and spark meaningful change.
So get ready to get in the groove as we dive into conversations that uplift, inspire, and empower.
Now, here's Todd and Jackie.
Hey, it's another groovy day, and that's because, well, we make it that way. Welcome to In the Groove with Todd and Jackie. I'm Todd.
I'm Jackie, and this is the podcast where good vibes meet great conversations and change makers take center stage.
That's right. We're talking to people who want to expand their mission, their message, and maybe even monetize their business with their message.
That's right. And besides this podcast, we get in the groove through our work with the Speak Feed Lead Project. I've learned that many people are not lacking courage, confidence, or even potential. They've just simply been living on mute. So maybe you've felt like you have a message that could help people, but you're not quite sure how to share it. Maybe you've thought about writing a book, starting a podcast, giving a TEDx talk, or speaking on bigger stages, but you're not sure where to begin. Well, if your goal is a keynote stage, a TEDx talk, writing a book, launching a podcast, or simply communicating your message more effectively, my quantum speaking and signature talk experiences are designed to help you move from idea to influence. Your calling is calling. It's time to answer it because someone needs to hear your message. So, Todd, how do they learn more about our programs?
Well, it's real simple. You can go to toddandjackie.com. That's toddandjackie.com. Click on the Impact and Outreach tab, and then the Speak Feed Lead Project. All of the programs are listed there. I know you'll be interested in more than one, so surf around a little bit.
That's right, because at the Speak Feed Lead Project specifically, we help people discover that their voice matters. We help them to use it to create positive influence in their families and the communities that they live in and the world for all of us. So, bringing good vibes today so we can have a great conversation is changemaker Todd Krause. Todd is a business revenue and profitability growth expert. He's the creator of Silver Sun Consulting. He's an advisor, a TEDx speaker, builder of high-margin, sale-ready businesses, and author of Life's Ironies, My Life on the Road Less Traveled. You can find Todd at silversunconsulting.com. And Todd believes success isn't just about building a bigger business. It's about building a better way to live while you're doing it. Todd, welcome to our space with another Todd and being in the groove with us.
Well, thank you so much, Jackie and Todd, for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you.
I'm really curious because you don't run into very many Todds every once in a while. But my middle name is Alan. I'm curious, what's your...
Yes, Alan.
Oh, wow. Two Todds.
Wow.
I was pretty sure they broke the mold after they made me, but apparently they did not.
Nope, we're both Todd Allen. That's really cool.
That is it A-L-A-N or A-L-L-E-N?
A-L-A-N.
Oh my gosh. It's like seeing double vision right now.
There's two of me.
That's awesome. That's cool.
So
that's really cool.
Todd, we have this amazing audience tuned into our show today, and they're asking the question, what's in it for me? So what's the main message you have for them?
It's quite simple, really. Is that when you pay attention to the culture that you wrap around your technology, your tools, and your AI, suddenly your business performs at a level that outpaces your competition.
Mm.
There's real financial reasons to want to do this as a leader of a business or any organization out there, because so many of them aren't paying attention to that. I call it your unfair advantage.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I happened to listen to your TEDx talk, and I found that you gave really a lot of wisdom when it comes to how to lead people and how to treat people that you lead. So I found that very helpful. Um, do you see, Todd, that things are changing in the workforce? Are business owners, managers, HR directors, whatever, are they having to change to do things differently now that so much of the workforce is changing because of AI and social media and all that stuff?
I don't see a lot changing on the HR side. HR
Mm,
remains fairly constant in what its role is. What they're having to do to recruit people and to keep people motivated has changed a lot.
mm,
Business and organizations tend to have this herd mentality, and they follow the latest and the greatest thing. We're being told that's AI right now, that AI can
hmm
do everything for us. We're in the process, as we speak right now, finding out what the shortcomings of AI are. It's made mistakes like deleting databases. We find out
Wow.
that two robots talking to each other start mimicking each other rather than having a real conversation. Suddenly, there's articles appearing where thought leaders are saying, wait a minute, hold on, not so fast. AI is a great tool to help us, it doesn't replace us.
Right. Yeah. So what are then the foundational elements of leading in a business that never are going to change?
One of the basic, it's one of the probably the almost the golden rule is just how you treat other people and
Mm.
treating them how we want to be treated. When the people around us who work with us and for us feel heard and seen, when they feel as though we recognize them as a complete person, suddenly the performance just takes a quantum leap upward.
Mm,
It's just literally the difference between having people come in going, I'm just living for Friday and my paycheck, and they get the job done. It's okay. Or somebody who comes in and they bring their heart and they're committed, they care. We're not asking them to do more work. We're just asking them to care about the work they do.
mm.
So, Todd, what does it look like to work with you? How do I hire you to come into my business? Do I consult with you? How does that work?
You can do that a couple of different ways. I do it from the stage for larger groups in a more summarized version, or I work directly with leaders and their management team if they choose on a small group or an individualized basis and walk them through, guide them through implementing this as a process.
Mm. Who
Most
are then your ideal clients then? I mean, because you have a pretty broad spectrum there. Are there particular people within an industry that you really love working with more than others, as far as job titles and processes?
It's less about the title. It's more who's the decision maker.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They have many different titles. They might just say I'm a business owner, or they might say I'm a president or a CEO. It's who are the decision makers? The tone at the top really is what matters because it filters down through the organization and everybody takes their cues from the message coming from above.
So you've got this message then, you've given it on a TEDx stage. You want to
That's
talk
right.
to these big audiences of corporations and business owners and that kind of thing. Are there parts of that message that you feel you'd like to say better, or you feel like you're in a really good spot right now?
Well, I'm always looking for a better way to say it, a better way to connect with people. Essentially, what I said in a TEDx talk that I did was there's three pillars about creating a caring workplace, a positive workplace, and a culturally competent one. So caring goes to how we treat the individual. Because when we hire, we get the entire package. They come with family, they come with cars that break down. They want things called vacation and holidays, if you can imagine that.
I can.
Positive workplace. Are we always saying no, don't, threatening consequences, or are we saying please do this? That's what we promised our customers and our clients. And guess what? When you do, there's rewards, there's benefits that are available to you. Culturally competent, it's more than just looking at our genetic makeup, our cultural makeup. It's even within the white Caucasian part of our culture, people come from different areas. They have different ways of thinking, talking. Someone from New York is very, very different in their personality and their thought process than somebody from Southern California. So culturally competent is a much bigger envelope, and it's recognizing and embracing the differences, how that can contribute to our organization. And then inside of the talk, I had listed out mind shift changes and process changes that go with it, along with examples of how to bring that out. When I applied it to my own business, operating expenses since I bought the business have dropped over 8%. We're doing $4 million a year in revenue. That's an additional $320,000 worth of profit simply by relating to the people who work here differently.
In your TEDx talk, you mentioned you owned and operated a cleaning service type business. Is that accurate?
I still do. I'm the majority owner. My management team is in the process of buying it out over time.
I would imagine that's a particular type of employee than someone maybe in a corporate setting. Would you agree? And do you do things differently based on that?
To a point, I agree, and beyond that point, I disagree.
Okay.
I spent over 30 years in financial services, hedge funds, private equity, venture capital, working with and alongside some of the brightest and smartest minds in finance. I got to have my fingers in the inner operations of many different types of companies and businesses and investments, ranging from alarm companies to bottled water vending to large multifamily real estate, oil and gas, and more, and all the various hedge funds and private equity funds that are out there. What I brought to the cleaning company is the same process that I used previously before, over and over and over again. It's about the people. It's about getting them to care and feel connected to the work that they are doing. This is not the first time I built a company. I built a $2 billion fund administration company in the early 2000s that led to me being recruited by ABN AMRO LaSalle Bank, who wanted to enter fund administration. I was a knowledge expert on the launch team. The other people set up the IT, they made sure we had office space, but they didn't know how to do the work.
Right.
So I was the recruit who did that. And then I helped them grow that to 14 billion before ABN AMRO LaSalle Bank was broken up and sold off in pieces.
Wow, that's a lot to process. And I think I need to think about this for a minute. So we're going to take a little break. Stay tuned because we've got more from Jackie, Todd Allen, and Todd Allen. Be right back.
When you give the body what it needs, it does have the ability to heal. It's not easy, but it's worth it.
Cheryl Kuzo. She is the integrative medicine nurse practitioner. She's a health strategist, and she used to be debilitated by Lyme disease, but no longer.
What is the most important message that you have for them today?
The most important message I have is to not give up on yourself and to not give away your power you have the ability to heal. And I am the perfect testament to that. If people want to work with me one-on-one, they could book a free call to talk to me, and they can book that on kuzohealth.com.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to In the Groove with Todd and Jackie. And we have another Todd with us today. In fact, he's a Todd Allen. He's Todd Krause, though. And we've been talking about leadership principles in the workplace. We've been talking about making money successfully because you understand how to treat people. And so, welcome back. Todd, I wanted to ask you, as we have heard so much about your accomplishments and your successes, there's got to be a way you learned how to do that. So, do you have a story there? How did you become so knowledgeable about business and understand the personal connection aspect of being a leader like that?
It really started when I was a young child. My parents owned a trucking business, hauling milk from the farms to the dairy.
Wow.
I would periodically ride along with my father on the routes as he would be picking up milk. He didn't just pick up the milk and move it to the dairy. He would make sure that the farmers he serviced didn't get shut down by the inspector. If he saw something that wasn't up to code, maybe it was a little on the dirty side, or it was something that was broken, where an inspector would come in and say, you're shut down until that's repaired, and we can verify that that's cleaned up or repaired. He would just take care of it. Always grew up with this ethic of going beyond what was expected, doing something extra. I can even remember during bad winter storms going over to some of the farms he serviced, climbing up on the roofs of their sheds with them and shoveling snow off so that the roofs wouldn't collapse. That's just how we took care of the people around us. I carried that into the business world, and at times it was in sync with the culture of the organization that I was in, and at other times it was at odds with the culture of the organization I was in. Some of those organizations, I would have to say, were toxic. I was one of the last ones I was in prior to buying the cleaning business. We had departments where turnover exceeded 100% per year. I watched these excited young minds come through the door so happy to get the job. And within a matter of weeks, they had this deer in the headlights look. What did I get myself into? And you just knew that they were putting their resume right back out into the marketplace. 3 months, 6 months later, they'd be gone. It was just a spinning door of the amount of brain power that organization burned through was just hard to comprehend. They expected these kids to come in 7:30 in the morning and stay until the work got done because they promised to their clients. Well, getting it done meant 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, not once in a while, regularly, routinely, most nights, occasionally midnight or 1 a.m., just because they told a client that they would get their work done.
And expect the employee to fulfill that obligation.
Yeah, just suck it up. We're in growth mode at any cost. And they would promise every client that they could get it done.
I'm a small business owner, but I've always had the mindset, I don't ask any of my employees to do anything that I wouldn't do myself.
I agree with that. And that meant many, many late nights.
Right.
When that position ended on March 6, 2020, yeah, I was sad to see it end, but it was really a relief because it opened the doors to something new and different.
Right.
So give us an example then of, now that you are a consultant and you're helping these employers to be better, Can you give us an example of someone you've worked with? You don't have to give them name specific details, but something that your expertise was able to help them to do better or to improve in.
Here's a couple of quick examples. A Florida client was producing 600,000 a year in revenue, really wasn't able to pay himself from his own business, hadn't grown in years, hadn't raised prices in years. So we really went into that arrangement with him, focusing on those challenges. So while I solve specific challenges, I also work with them to build the culture that makes the organization really succeed. We went in and took a look, badly underpriced. He was leaving easily $140,000 in profit on the table by being so badly underpriced. Moved on to looking at the operational service delivery model. There were $40,000, $50,000 a year in inefficiencies there that could be recaptured by standardizing how it was delivered so that everybody had the same experience. The experience reflected his brand. He was really passively waiting for customers to come to him rather than going out into the marketplace and saying, I'm here.
Mm.
Would love to have a conversation with you. And then he was wondering, well, where are all the customers? Why isn't the phone ringing? So went in and gave him the blueprint to fix that, and we worked on fixing that with him. Massachusetts-based commercial cleaning business, they were having operational problems at a level where every morning they would come in and it was firefighting, putting out fires. This client is complaining about something, that client's complaining about something, they're threatening to terminate service. Standardized the business model, got them delivering the same way, made sure they had quality control in place. Before we actually moved on to other parts of the business, they had an offer to sell the business, and they took that offer and they were actually able to sell it for an attractive sum of money. And then here's a rarer example, because this is what business owners should do. You would hope that they would do, but we tend to ask for help when we're in trouble rather than be proactive. A Minneapolis-based commercial cleaning company was preparing to launch, and they wanted to get everything set up so that it would perform well from the moment they launched. And they actually asked for guidance to work with them step by step through every phase of their business model to have it set up so that they could really perform well rather than end up fighting fires later. And I looked at that and thought, wow, that's amazing. That's somebody who's really forward thinking and says, I don't want to have problems. I want to go into this prepared.
Very cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Well, we are just about out of time, but Todd, how do we find you and what does it look like to work with you?
You can find me at www.silversunconsulting.com. The About page has my contact information, personal email, phone number that rings right here. I do answer my phone. I do want to talk to you. Feel free to browse the other pages, which have all of the information about what we do. In a nutshell, I work with people in two ways. From the stage to larger groups, I teach exactly what we're talking about here in a more summarized version. On the consulting side, we work as an implementer with business owners, organizational leaders, and even their senior managers, if they so choose, and work through every facet of the organization to implement this. Make sure that the organization is performing well in all areas, while at the same time having this culture that gives them this unfair advantage when compared to the competition.
Very cool. And it sounds like you'll go across the United States, right?
Oh, my clients have been everywhere.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So what I'm wondering then, Todd, because it does sound like you've figured out and you have this brilliant knowledge about how to help businesses overcome challenges. But are there any challenges that you're focusing on right now in your own business that maybe someone listening today could help you or give you a piece of advice or anything like that?
I'm always looking for ways to become a better speaker and to get the message out to a broader audience.
Hmm.
I don't claim to have all the answers. On a personal level, I'm always looking for better tools and better ways to scale and to grow.
Nice.
Very cool. Well,
Yeah.
we appreciate you being on the show today. And we want to know, how do you get in the groove every day?
I get in the groove by getting up every morning, going to the office to spend time with the managers who work for me. They have this amazing way of just bringing joy with them to work, and it's just so uplifting.
Yeah, that's important.
Hmm.
Very cool.
So getting in the groove then for you is other people centered, right?
It is other
Yeah.
people centered. I find myself getting a lot of energy from the people around me.
Yeah. That says a lot about the type of coach or consultant you must be. That's your focus. It's not like, hey, look at me. I'm so cool. I know all this stuff and I can help you do all this. It's you wait. Well, you don't wait, but you feel more connection with the individual and the vibes, I don't know, the attitudes perhaps of people. Would that be accurate?
I do, and I
Yeah.
just love seeing them succeed.
Right.
It's just so gratifying.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool. Well, it's been fun to chat with you. And getting on stages is a beautiful way to share your message. Congratulations already for your TEDx talk, and wish you greater and greater success in getting in front of those audiences that you'd like to. It has been great to get to know you today. So thanks for being on In the Groove.
Yep.
Thank
Todd,
you for having me.
thanks for showing up as you. We appreciate it. And getting in the groove by helping others find their joy or just tapping into their joy is a really cool way to get in the groove. I totally agree. That's about all we have time for today. I hope you enjoyed the show. My biggest hope is you'll tell a friend about the show and that you'll look up Todd. You want to increase your bottom line? This guy's got the keys, so let him unlock those locks. Bye-bye for now.
Bye, everybody. That's a wrap for this episode of In the Groove with Todd and Jackie, where good vibes meet great conversations and change makers take center stage.
We hope you've been inspired by today's guest and are ready to bring more positivity, connection, and impact into your world.
If you love this episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who needs a little groove in their life.
And don't forget to check us out on toddandjackie.com for more great conversations.
Until next time, keep shining, keep grooving, and keep making a difference.